every brother that's caught in the crossfire.
Jessica Jones Season 3 is currently available on Netflix right now, and if you haven't seen Jessica Jones Season 3, there might be some minor spoilers in this review, though I'm going to try to keep it as spoiler-free as heavy. But if you haven't seen it, I suggest watching it and then coming back, because there might be some minor spoilers I have to say. In Season 3, we start off from where the third season left off. Jessica Jones' mother is dead now because of Trish, played by, because I'm terrible at names, I can look it up, Rachel Taylor. I'm a professional.
Shut the fuck up!
And Jessica Jones is trying to cope with the fact that her mother is gone, and she's handling it pretty well. She's doing her job better than she's ever done. She's actually becoming a little bit more professional, though she is still getting drunk and laying with other men. But an event happens at her apartment, and she's again not in the healthy state of mind. She's trying to figure out who this person is who stabbed her. Why is he trying to reveal all these things about her to the public and trying to make her into a fraud of sorts? And she meets a few new people and trying to reunite with other friends, and she's just trying to figure out what's going on and how to deal with this situation. That's the best I could sum up this season without spoiling anything. So, because the trailer actually isn't what I thought the show was going to be. Like with Luke Cage Season 1, the show takes a different direction across the midway point of the season, and in my opinion, it probably handles it better than Luke Cage Season 1 did with its villain. But here, I felt like it felt more natural and just a little bit more grounded and more realistic, and didn't go over the top in any way. And Jessica Jones, played by Krysten Ritter, is amazing as always. She does a really good job. Rachel Taylor in this show as Hellcat, she is actually one of the best characters in this show. I didn't care for her before until she pulled the trigger on her mother, but here she gives a much more emotional depth to her performance, and her character arc in this season, I actually cared, and I really love what they did with her. I'm not going to spoil anything, but overall, I felt like what they did with her just helped me give a shit about other characters other than Jessica, including, because I gotta look up names again, Jerry Hogarth, played by Carrie Ann. I really like what they did with her also. I always liked her in the show, but here, she just felt more emotionally unstable, because now that she has to fight cancer, seeing her going through all these struggles, trying to find a relationship with someone, it's actually heartbreaking to watch, and I really like what they did with her. But this stuff doesn't take away from the main story at hand, which is this mystery that Jessica's trying to solve. And she partners up with another character who has psychic abilities of sorts, and he's actually pretty cool in the show. And I really dug that aspect of it. The mystery aspect always intrigues me with this season, and when it ends, and I'm talking about the entire season as a whole, when the entire season ends, everything just felt like it had closure. The characters had closure, the story had closure, and Jessica Jones had closure. It just felt fitting, and I think it's because of its stellar pacing of each episode, though the middle part does drag on a little bit in my opinion, but that's the case for most of these Marvel Netflix shows. I felt like this show was always going to be something that's going to, how do I describe it? It's gonna be hard to live up to the first season because that first season was such a huge surprise. Like, I enjoy season 2, but season 1 was still top notch. Season 3, however, it felt fitting. It felt like everything's coming to a close, and the performances, the story, and writing here is still top notch. Much better than anything from the Iron Fist shows. I actually cared about Jessica Jones season 3. I think it is still a tad bit worse than season 2, mostly because I felt more of an emotional connection with Jessica Jones and her mother throughout the entire season. But overall, season 3 felt like a fitting end to this era of Marvel Netflix shows, and I couldn't think of a better way for this show to end. And honestly, it's gonna be sad. I love binge watching these shows, and these are going to be memories that will last a lifetime. Not all of them are perfect, not all of them stuck the landing, but it did end in a fashionable manner. And I'm going to give Jessica Jones season 3 an A-. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.
So heaven, if you sent us down